The ogres are always looking for battle and fresh meat. A hunter on a great stone horn has led his pack to the borders of GladeLord. Two wood elf mages see the coming threat and rally their elvenkind to the defense of their home. Will they be able to stop the hungry wave of ogres? Welcome everyone to a 2000 points battle between GladeLord, who's playing the Wood Elves, and Timo, who's playing the Ogres.
Hello everybody, a game of Ogres versus Wood Elves. Let's start with the terrain. So obviously we have a real freaking big hill over here. This is a woods, we're playing this as difficult terrain. Then we have here two pieces of impossible terrain which have infinite height. So just big pieces of rock. We're playing both sides here as hills, except for the fact that these like cliffy edges, we're playing that as dangerous terrain. We have a forest over here. These are placed within Wood Elves special rules, and we're playing this as dangerous terrain. That's it for the battlefield. Beautiful piece of Wood Elf territory that the Ogres have come to invade. We're gonna find out if the Wood Elves can defend their livelihoods. Okay, on to the units. Over here we have two units of 3 Mournfang with the champion and the standardbearer, and they do have a magic banner each. On the left side we have Bull standard, which means that they can reroll failed impact to wound. They over here have the rampaging banner, meaning they can reroll a failed charge. Also, both champions have a fistful of laurels, which allows them to reroll a failed break test. 2 saber tusks in skirmish formation with a vanguard move. These are 5 iron guts with full command. And also they have the regen banner, 5+. Over here we have a Slaughtermaster with the giant blade and the magic item that allows him to kill a wound near him for some extra casting value. He has 4 spells: Shimmering Dragon, Troll Guts, Mind Razor and Doppelganger. So hopefully can do some damage. 20 Noblers with a champion, March formation. Over here we have 5 Ogre Bulls. They have the Rune Maw, meaning that they hopefully can stop some magic targeted against them. They also have full command. Then over here in the middle we have some units deployed in Scout. This is a hunter on a stone horn. He has the Talisman of Protection and the Sword of Might. Over here we have, these are obviously improvised models. These are supposed to be 2 Gorgers with Scout. That's it for the Ogres.
Alright, and on the Wood Elf side we have an MSU list. Over here are 5 Deepwood Scouts. Over here are 5 Glade Guards, just like here, 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 and here. So we got 5 units of Glade Guard, all with True Flight arrows, and the ones who aren't painted or painted differently are with Musician and Fire and Flee. Then we have 2 units of 5 War Dancers, both with Blade Singer with the Potion of Strength. Then we have 2 units of 5 Wild Riders, one with shields and the other one not, because I did not have the points. Then we have 5 Glade Riders, joined by a level 4 wizard on an elven steed. These also have True Flight arrows and Musician. We have not 1 but 2 tree men, one with the Befuddlement of Mischiefs, and we have another level 4 wizard on foot with high magic. That's it. Let's go.
So over turn 1, obviously moving as far forward as we can. Bulls here moving in defensively, forward, forward, forward. Saber-tusks hiding so they don't get shot at. The Gorgers moving as far forward as they can, trying to be as annoying as they can be. Hunter went a little bit forward, obviously the Mournfang full movement forward. Not a lot in terms of magic. Troll Guts successfully cast on Stonehorn. He has now a 5+. Regen, another no to that Noblars because of the magic item. Also the Wood Elves successfully managed to stop the Shimmering Dragon, which would have given the Hunter a fly move. Except that wizard has, the Wood Elf wizard has the Wand of Jet. The Wood Elf player rolled a double 6, meaning that item destroys itself. So that's a little bit sad for the Wood Elves. Not much else. Moving on to the Wood Elves turn 1. So both of the 3 men shooting into the Gorger. The Gorger has the Curse of Arrow Attraction on him, meaning all ones are getting re-rolled.
So it is 6 + 2, 8 shots.
8 shots.
6s.
Hitting on 6s.
2 hits.
3 hits. Ooh, that's very good. Wounding force.
2 wounds.
6+ regen. Nope, he gets 2 wounds. 5 Glade Guards shooting into the same Gorger. Hitting on.
Freeze. Rerolling once.
Rerolling once.
Rolling on 6s. 1 6.
No armor, 6+ regen. 5 Glade Guards shooting into the same Gorger again. 3s to hit, 1's rerolling. This is looking very good. 6s.
None.
The Spell Singer shooting at the same Gorger. 6s to wound.
It's not a wound.
5 Glade Riders shooting into the Gorger as well as the Wizard.
Because 3 flight arrows. Rerolling the 1.
4 hits. Yes, 6+ regen. He dies. Last part of the shooting phase for the Wood Elves. Those 5 Glade Guard shooting into the Hunter all the way over there. Hitting on.
3. Wounding on 6s.
5 Glade Guard shooting into the Hunter. Hitting on.
3 flight arrows.
3 hits.
6s.
5+ armor save. 5+ ward save. 5 Glade Guard shooting into the most left part, Mournfang.
The Glade Guard hit on 3s and a wound on 5s, scoring 1 wound in total.
They have a 3+ armor save.
Yes, for the magic phase, magic part of the shooting phase, casted 3 singing here to block potential charges, Pillar of Fire here to maybe get some damage done, 3 singing off here so I could get out of the line of sight from the ogres there.
So for the first combat of the game, the War Dancers into the Gorger.
The first 12 attacks from the normal guys. They hit on 3s, wound on 6s. No 6s. We get the champion does 5 attacks. Wounds on 5s.
The champion took a potion of strength, giving him 1 extra strength. Sadly, the booze only made him snooze. The Gorger strikes back. 4 attacks with his wicked claws, hitting on 4s. Strength 5, so wounding on 2s.
3 dead,
3 of them. And then 1 attack with his jaws on 4s. No. The Gorger wins the combat by 3. Find out what happens. You give ground. And I have frenzy, so I have no other choice but to follow up.
Right, end of turn 1 for the Wood Elves. The Wild Riders have moved a bit up, the War Dancers have moved into the forest. Glade Riders are moving towards the center. Timo moved a little bit up. They moved a little bit back, just like the Wizard. Wild Riders moved back to get more distance, to get a potential charge. War Dancers have charged the Gorger, which sadly, they lost the combat. The Glade Guard and marching column, they've moved way up, trying to get an advantage point or maybe then a charge. And the Deepwood Scouts have retreated a lot to get a difficult charge off here or to move past the lines. A quick add-on to the Wood Elf turn 1. The Glade Riders have a reserve move, so they moved just a little bit more to the side, getting a nice view up the board.
So, turn 2 Ogres, a lot of movement. The Bulls have decided to turn tail. They made a quick turn and then went as far this way as they could, fearing the Wild Riders. Noblars moved a bunch, the Kiddies moved a bunch, Slaughtermaster moved up, Iron Guts went as far forward as they could. The Hunter on the Stonehorn joined the battle here. These Mournfang made good use of the rampaging banner, luckily making a successful charge into the Glade Guard, who did not manage to do any wounds in shooting. And then finally the Mournfang over here have chosen not to engage with the Deepwood Scouts in the far corner, instead making themselves available for the combats further down. Yeah, that's it for the movement phase.
The combat between the Hunter, the Gorger and the War Dancers. First off, the impact hits of the Hunter.
This has +1, so that's 4 impact hits. 2s, so 4 wounds.
4 wounds on a 4-up, what save? He's dead.
2 attacks from the Wild Dancers into the
Gorger.
Gorger.
I hit once, it's in a wound on 6s. And I don't do a wound.
The Gorger with 4 regular attacks on 4s, wounding on 2s.
4-up ward save. Nope, he's dead. Mournfang into the flank of the Glade Guard.
D3 impact hits, wounding on 2s.
2.
That means 3 wounds.
Okay, 3 dead.
4 attacks from the ogre on top. Force. Wounding on 3s.
The unit is wiped.
So the Mournfang, after wiping the unit, failed to restrain. They overran quite a bit, moving them in contact with both the forest, as you can't see this, but they're on top of the pillar of fire, from which they will get some wounds.
They get 5 hits. 5s. That's 1.
That leaves me at a 5+. Take 1 wound. Ending up in dangerous terrain, the Mournfang must take a hazardous test. On ones, they take an additional wound, and then they attempt to reform after the overrun, which they fail. In combat anyway, the Gorger plus the Stonehorn obviously annihilated the 2 Wild Dancers that were left. On the charge, the Ogres wipe the unit of 5 GladeLord. They do take 2 wounds, 1 from the Pillar of Fire and 1 from dangerous terrain, sadly leaving their flanks entirely open to the unit of Wild Riders that are foaming at the mouth, draw some blood. Magic, just the regen on Stonehorn, nothing further, and I think the Wood Elf player will be glad to take it from here. The Pillar of Flame moves, hitting the Mournfang once more. D3 plus 3, that's 6, wounding on 5s.
That's 2 wounds.
So that leaves me at 5 pluses. And I take 2 wounds. Wild Riders moving through dangerous terrain, taking 5 tests.
1 getting to re-roll because of move through cover.
And 5 for the War Dancer.
1 with a re-roll. This Wild Riders and War Dancers moving up, ready to make a charge. 3 men moved a little bit up. The Glade Riders are moving to the side to get a nice view. The GladeLord here moved a little bit to the side. The Wizard moved a little bit back. The Wild Riders, they charged gloriously into the flank of the Mournfang. And they got a spell on them, which gives them +1 attack. Deamons Scouts moved a little bit up. And the GladeLord here, they made a turn and moved into the forest to get some shooting done. 3 men into the Iron Guts.
So this is Strangleroot.
10 plus 2 is 12 shots. They are hitting on 6s. And I see 2 6s, strength 5, toughness 4, wound on 3s. And I do 1 wound.
So AP -1, 1 wound. First off, armor save 6+. And then we get a 5+ regen. 2 units of GladeLord shooting into the Iron Guts.
Hitting on 3s because of short range, rerolling once because of Curse of Arrow Attraction.
Daddy.
Wounding on 5s. 1.
So 6+ armor. Nope. 5+ regen. Also nope. They take an additional wound. 2 shots from the Glade Riders into the Iron Guts. Rerolling once. Well, that comes in handy right now. 1 hit.
Wounding on 5s. Nope. Then the 2 Wizards.
Wizard shooting into the Iron Guts. 6 to hit. Nope.
Then the 5 GladeLord on the hill. 4s. Rerolling once. Alright, 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound.
5+ armor. 5+ regen.
Nice.
They save it. The 5 Deepwood Scouts in the back shooting on the Mournfang close to them.
3s.
Hitting on 3s.
Wounding on 5s.
These shooting on the Hunter. 5 shots hitting on
3s. Wounding on 6s. Nope. The Wild Riders into the flank of the Mournfang. They got Fury of Cain cast on them, so that's 20 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Yes, wounding on 3s.
So that means these are all 5+ saves. That's 4 wounds, which is exactly 1 dead ogre. And then that leaves me with 2 6-ups. 6 wounds total. Then the steeds attacking into the remaining ogre, hitting on 4s.
The steeds got strength 4, so they will be wounding the ogres on 4s as well.
Those are not horses. These are steeds of curse.
3 pluses. 1 extra wound, leaving 1 ogre at 2 wounds.
The breakdowns from the Mournfang, they lost with 8, so they needed double 1.
So that's a 6. I have the option to reroll this one. I'm gonna reroll it. 10, so now it outright flees.
The Wild Riders won the combat greatly, but both rolled a 9 on the flee in the pursuit. But the Mournfang just hit the hunter, so ended up behind him, and the 9-inch charge just did not touch the hunter. So these guys are very much in trouble next. And hopefully for the ogres, this one will return to fight some more.
Also, the hunter managed to not panic.
Wild Riders and Wood Elves moved up here. Prepare for next turn. GladeLord moved out of cover and we're back with the reserve move. Casted Pillar of Fire and Tree Sing to keep the trees from getting charged. Deepwood Scouts moved a little bit up. These moved a little bit to here. Both did nothing with shooting.
The Iron Guts are charging valiantly into that tree man. That tree man decides to use his Strangleroot.
7! They only hit on 6s because of cover, multiple shots, and stand and shoot. 1 hit. A win of 3s. No.
The Stonehorn enters the combat with the Wild Riders. The Wild Riders
Hit first.
9 attacks
9
on
attacks.
4s.
5 hits. Wounding on 6s. I got 1 wound, man.
4 plus armor, 5 plus war, 5 plus regen. Well damn. Then the steeds.
Hitting on 4s. Also wounding on 6s. None. Yes.
Yes, on 4s. Well damn.
1.
Wounding on 2s,
4 attacks from the Stonehorn.
on 4s, wounding on 2s.
6 up ward saves. The combat between the Iron Guts and the Tree Man. First off, impact hits.
Wounding on 6s.
Nope.
Iron Guts attacking into the tree man, so hitting on 4s. Wounding on 4s.
Toughness 6, strength 6, but those are great weapons.
3 wounds, leaving you at 6 plus armor. 6 up armor.
Wow!
Well damn.
And a 5 up regen.
So the tree man enters into his tree work attack, making me take an initiative test. And I fail, meaning I take D3.
hits. 1 hit, 3 up. You're wounded, it wounds.
No armor, just a regen, 5 plus. 4 regular attacks.
Hitting on 3. Wounding on 3. 1 wound.
Just the 5 up regen. D3 stomp attacks from the tree man onto the Iron Guts.
2. Wounding on 3.
5 plus regens. Just 1. So, recapping Ogre turn 3, not very eventful. The Gorger goes for the Deepwood Scouts in the back, the Mournfang move up. The Stonehorn did some combat, came out ahead, not spectacularly so. Noblos did some unsuccessful shooting. Bulls moved up a bit. Hopefully the Saber Tusks will act enough so as a preventative measure over here. Slaughtermauler gets in range, fails most of his magic. Then the combat of the Iron Guts into the Tree Man. Not very good for the Ogres. They lose by 2. They lose 3 wounds as opposed to the 1 wound on the Tree Man. And we move on to turn 3 by the Wood Elves, which is looking good for the Wood Elves.
The wizard is casting a fireball into the nobblers.
5 dead Nobblers.
5 Glade Guards shooting into the lone Mournfang. Hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s.
That was this. Then wounding on 5s. Damn it. 3 wounds, 1 with Armor Bane.
2 on 3 plus. And 1 on a 4 plus. Okay, he lives with 1 wound. 5 other Glade Guard, these ones shooting into that Mournfang.
4s because of long range. That's 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. No!
2 Glade Guard shooting into the Mournfang. Him on 4s.
Both 5 to wound. 1 with armor bane.
4 plus. Oh, he dies.
5 GladeLord shooting into the Nobblers, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Oh, sorry. 2 wounds. The unit Glade Riders with the Wizards. 5 shots hitting on 4s. And 1 shot hitting on a 3. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds on the Nobblers. The combat between the Treeman and the Iron Guts. 3 whack initiative test was rolled a 4.
Meaning that the Treeman gets D3 automatic hits.
2 hits, strength 5, toughness 4, wounding on 3. That's 1.
So no armor save, 5 plus regen. The remaining attacks from the Tree Man into the Iron Guts.
5 because of Fury of Cain.
Yes.
Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. All wound.
For regens.
Damn!
Okay. D3 stomp attacks.
2.
Nope. Then 7 attacks from the Iron Guts back into the Tree Man. So on 4s. Then on 4s once more. 3 wounds, -2 to your armor.
6 up armor save.
5 plus regen.
5 plus regen. Nope, 3 wounds.
3 wounds. This leaves the 3 man at 1 wound. The unit is at 3 wounds for the champion, 3 wounds for the standard bearer. You did how many wounds in total?
5 wounds in total.
So calculated again, he wins by 1. Does not matter though, they run away.
The Wild Riders into the Saber Tusks. 9 attacks, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s.
They're dead.
Start off with the champion versus champion battle. The War Dancer champion drank the potion of strength, giving him +2 strength, so strength 5. He's gonna hit on 3s. They're doing the +1 attack dance. Wounding on 3s. 4 wounds.
But that's 4 wounds in total. 5 up. Save 1. So that's the champion dead.
12 attacks from the other War Dancers, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound.
5 plus.
Nope. 3 whack. You make the initiative test.
Yes. Fails.
D3 hits. So wounding on 3s. Those are 2 wounds.
So another ogre dies.
4 attacks from the rest of the Tree Men, hitting on 2s.
3.
3 hits, wounding on 3s.
No saves, so that leaves
Regen?
1 with 1 wound left.
Regen?
3 attacks into the Blade Dancers, so on 5s. And then 3 attacks into the Tree Man, also on 5s. Wounding on 6s. Break test. He wins by 8. They fall back in good order. Wild Riders attacks into Hunter on the Stonehorn. They're hitting on 4s.
Hitting on 4s, 3 attacks because they lost their frenzy and they don't have Furious Charge because they didn't charge. It's 2 6s. I don't do it. 3 horses. Wounding on 4s. Wounding on 6s. Nope.
The Hunter hitting on 4s. Wounding on 2s.
Saving on 6s. Reward save talismanic. 2s. No, 2 dead.
4 attacks from the Stonehorn on 4s. Wounding on 2s.
6 of rewards. And you killed the unit. Nobblers are firing into the GladeLord.
Hitting on 6s and then 4s. 1
Ooh.
6. 4.
Nice,
That's
you hit him.
Wounding on 5s. 2 more Nobblers hitting on 5s. Yes, 5. 2 hits, wounding on 5. No. And then it's 6 more shots from the other 3 on 5. 1 wounding on 5s. Nope.
So, the combat between the Slaughtermaster and the Treeman. The Treeman is left on 1 wound. Slaughtermaster has 4 wounds left. He tried to cast Doppelganger, but horribly failed, sadly for him. But now, the attacks will come.
4 attacks hitting on 4s. Wounding on... I'm strength 5, so 5.
Yes.
Wounding on 5.
It's 1 wound. It could be enough. Alright, it all comes down to 1 roll. Can I regen my wound? Else the Treeman dies. I need a 5 up. And I roll a 4! The Treeman is felled. But now it will fall over onto the Slaughtermaster. Can the Slaughtermaster survive? D6. Alright, roll off for the timber. I roll a 2. He rolls a 6. There is no timber. Treeman versus the Ogres. Starting off with a 3-whack initiative test.
They make it this time. 4 attacks hitting on 2s.
Because of the...
Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. D3 stomp attacks versus the Ogre Bulls from the Treeman. So 1.
3 plus 2 wounds. It wounds.
The Ogre strike back on the Treeman, having 8 attacks in total.
Hitting on 5. 2. Wounding on 6s. That's 1. 5 up.
5 up armor. A 5 up regen. I regen.
Treeman wins by 1. Leadership test Ogres. They are not very valiant. They run like the wind. What does the Treeman do?
I pursue.
Pursue, I run.
6 and I pursue 3. It's a slow Treeman, obviously.
So a couple of things happened. Stonehorn charges into the Glade Guard who lose a wound for running through enemies. The Iron Guts, they rally, they turn around, they move up a little bit. The Mournfang obviously move quite a bit down the line, hoping to finally be useful. Slaughtermaster did manage to kill the Treeman. The Noblaws did some very unsuccessful shooting, as they should. Ogre Bulls, they lose combat, they flee. They're double 6, so they really wanted to leave. Treeman does not catch up to them. But then we hand it over to the Wood Elves, and I think this next one will hurt.
The Glade Guard and the Glade Riders with the Wizards are shooting on the Slaughtermaster. They're hitting on 3. Luckily I cast Curse of Arrow Attraction. Wound on 6. That's a single wound, armor bay.
He does have a 5 up regen.
Another 5 Glade Guard shooting on the Slaughtermaster, hitting on 4s because long range. Rerolling the 1s. Wounding on 6s. A single 6.
5 up. So he takes an additional wound. 5 shots from the Deepwood Scouts on the Gorger over there.
Hitting on 3. 6s. 1 wound.
Okay, so 6 plus regen. He takes a wound. Turn for Wood Elves. The Treeman catches up with the Bulls, so they're gone. The Wild Riders manage to get back into position. The Wild Dancers, they go on to the side. Let's see, we have a lot of vortexes going on here. 2 of the big ones, they are now forests. The small one is the Pillar of Fire. The Glade Guard, they ran a bit. This unit of Glade Riders, they ran a little bit.
They ran, they moved.
They moved a little bit. I see this running because you're going away. Cowardly. A lot of shooting, 1 wound done on the Slaughtermaster, and then we move on to Ogre turn 5. Pillar of Fire goes through the Slaughtermaster, goes through the Noblars. D3 plus 3 hits on the Slaughtermaster.
6. Strength 3 hits.
Get 1.
AP2, flaming.
5 plus regen, leaving him at 2 left. Then the Noblars. D3 plus 3.
Force. And they get 3 hits.
3 die. Turn 5, Ogre charges the Stonehorn into the Glade Guard, the Iron Guts into the Glade Guard, the Slaughtermaster over here into the Glade Guard that have to flee. The Mournfang, they charge into the level 4, and the level 4 is gonna run. First off, we're gonna resolve the stand and shoot into the Iron Guts.
Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 5. Oh my god, dude. 2 wounds.
5 plus armor. 5 plus regen.
Take 1 wound. The combat between the Iron Guts and the GladeLord. Impact hits first.
Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
2 dead.
2 5s up for Shield of Safari. 1 saved. 2
2 saved!
5 attacks from the GladeLord into the Iron Guts.
Hitting on 3s.
Wounding on 5s.
1 wound.
5 up armor. 5 up regen. No. 2 combat rest so far because they did manage a wound in the stand and shoot part. Then 7 attacks from the Iron Guts.
Hitting on 4s.
Including the champion. 4s. Wounding on 2s.
More saves. Saved 1, so I get 2 losses.
The elves lose the combat by 2.
The GladeLord.
And they run!
They run. The Ogres pursue. You can only throw 1 dice at it though.
2d6, 6 inches.
And the Ogres pursue 1 inch.
So the big standoff between the Slaughtermaster and the unit of Glade Riders.
First an impact hit on strength 4, so wounding on 3s.
That's 1 dead.
4 attacks from the Slaughtermaster into the Glade Riders, hitting on 4s. Strength 5 wounding on 2s, 2 additional wounds. Doppelganger.
Try to dispel, and I'm within 3 inches of a forest, so I can't discard the lowest.
You don't beat it. 2d6 hits. Okay. 3 on strength 5. 2s.
2 dead.
Slaughtermaster versus the unit. As you can see, the unit lost 5 of its guys to the Slaughtermaster and Doppelganger. Only the wizard remains, wins by 5. That's a give ground scenario. So the Slaughtermaster moves back into contact with the wizard. 5 shots from the Deepwood Scouts on the Gorger over there.
Hitting on 3. Wounding on 6s.
6 plus regen.
The War Dancers are trying to hold up the Hunter with a charge in the flank. The Hunter responds with a stand and shoot.
Force. 2's to wound.
6 of ward save. I make it! 2 units of GladeLord shooting into the Iron Guts. 6 shots, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. 3
Mother.
wounds, armor bang.
You gotta be.
Saving from the Iron Guts.
6s.
7.
Well, that feels like 5 plus regen.
3 shots from the GladeLord into the last standing Iron Gut. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. It's a 5.
5 plus armor. 5 plus regen. 4 Deepwood Scouts all the way over there, shooting into this lone Iron Gut all the way over here.
Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 5s. It's a 6. Armor Bane.
6 plus armor save. 5 plus regen.
Spell Weaver into the Slaughtermaster. 1 attack. Hitting on a 4.
Slaughtermaster hitting back. Force. 2's to wound.
5 up ward save. Nope, he's dead. War Dancers hitting into the Hunter on Stonehorn. 3s. Wounding on 6s.
No 6s.
No 6.
Hunter striking back into the War Dancer on 4s. Wounding on 2s.
4 plus ward saves.
Ooh. You make all of 4 attacks on 4s. Wounding on 2s.
4 ward save. I make it!
So the Hunter wins the combat by 1 thanks to his stand and shoot attack. The War Dancers test their resolve.
Oh.
Oh.
They turn and flee.
I obviously recap Wood Elf turn.
Yes, so with all their might, the Wood Elves shot at the Iron Guts, leaving 1 model at 1 wound. The Wild Riders destroyed the...
2 Noblars, yes.
Yes, but they did not pursue far enough. The Hunter barely won the fight against the War Dancers, but the War Dancers were very high and they ran away, leaving the Hunter for a pursuit into the GladeLord.
Looking tasty. for the Ogres. Ogres turn 6. The Mournfang, they charged the running wizard that was in the corner here, so he went off the battlefield. Wizard here charges into this unit that declares to stand and shoot. The Gorger also has to charge into the Tree Man. Tree Man declares stand and shoot.
Basically,
GladeLord shooting into the Slaughtermaster.
hitting on 4s. 3 hits, wounding on 6s. 1 wound, armor bane.
5 plus regen. Takes a wound. Tree Man shooting into the Gorger.
D6 plus 1 shot. 3 shots, 5. Nope.
Slaughtermaster charges into the GladeLord. Let's start out with his impact hit. Wounding on 3s. Then he has his 4 attacks. He's obviously also going to use Doppelganger. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 2s. Slaughtermaster did not have the initiative bonus because of the short charge. Ooh, that means no impact hit as well. Luckily he failed to that. GladeLord, they strike first.
Hitting on 4s. A 6. 1 would be enough. But it...
No. Doppelganger.
Ah, nice.
Which does end up succeeding. 2d6 hits.
Oh.
On 2s. Yes. So interesting scenario, it's Ogre turn 6. The Slaughtermaster would have overran off the battlefield. Don't know what happens, we couldn't find it in the rules. So either he's off the battlefield, can't be shot at, and either he gives points or he doesn't. We decided he stays on, so that he can still shoot on it, maybe able to get the points. If anybody in the comments knows what's up, let us know. Stonehorn crashes into the GladeGuard. He gets d6 plus 1. Impact hits, wounding on 2. Okay, then 4 attacks from the Hunter on top, hitting on 4s, wounding on 2.
And they are dead.
The combat between the Stonehorn, the Gorger, and the Tree Man. The Tree Man has the force bite that lowers their weapon skill and initiative. They strike first, however, they lose some weapon skill. The Gorger hits on 5s, wounds on 5s. That's none. Stonehorn hits on 5s as well. Wounds on 4s.
5 up regen, save from Tree Man. Nope.
Hunter hitting on 4s. Wounding on 4s. No, yes, wounding on 4s.
1 wound, 6 up armor save. I saved it.
Initiative test.
He failed. D3 hits. 4 up. No 4 attacks from the Tree Man into the Gorger. Hitting on 2s. Hitting them all. Wounding on 4s. Wounding once.
6 plus regen.
Nope. D3 stop attacks. Wounding on 4s. 1 with armor bane.
6 of regen. In the combat between the Stonehorn, the Gorger, and the Tree Man, the Stonehorn and the Gorger only managed to win by 1, bringing us to a very important break test.
8.
8, so that's give ground, that's exactly what the doctor prescribed. Shooting into the Slaughtermaster, who's down to his last wound.
Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 6s. It's 1 wound.
5 plus regen. Saves it. 3 more shots from those 3 GladeGuard. He's on top of a hill, so they can't see him. Long range, hitting on 4.
Wounding on 6s. It's 1-6.
5 plus regen. He dies! 350 points! Tree Man takes care of the Gorger. Hunter manages to do 1 single wound to the Tree Man. He has the flank, he wins by 1. Break test.
And he is safe.
So that's basically the end of the game. 3 Mournfang are still alive, Stonehorn is alive, and on the Wood Elf part we have 5 Deepwood Scouts, the Tree Man, the Wild Riders, 3 GladeGuard, and another 3 GladeGuard. So let's tally up the points.
The battle is over. We calculated the victory points. The Wood Elves won with 150 points difference. So, Pyrrhic victory.
Hello everyone, Toto here with just a quick afterword. This battle has been completely filmed by Timo and GladeLord themselves. I couldn't make it that day and I wasn't able to film. However, they provided me with a lot of footage, so I was able to make this video. If you like this battle, please check out the video link down below in the description. There you will see my battle versus Timo. Anyway, that's all for today, guys. I hope to see you in the next battle report in the World of Legends. Until then.